Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just want to apologize to everybody that watches this and whoever's going to watch this. I'm so sorry about the long gap in between our podcast that we have going on. I did an international move with my family. I moved from Italy back to Norman, Oklahoma. I'm in the Navy. I do a lot of things with the Navy, and all my time in the Navy is coming to an end. So the Navy actually really helped me out and sent me back here. If you want to know what I do to the Navy, we need to get 1,000 views on this one, or not 1,000 views, 1,000 subscribers, and I'll let you guys know what I do with the Navy. I have a lot of fun doing that. What I do with them, it's a blast. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss everybody who I worked with too. They all know that. Sorry about that. Going on, guys. I do apologize for the low quality that I'm broadcasting to everybody. I'm doing this on my MacBook. Not being disrespectful to Mac or Apple or anything like that. Just my PC that I normally use is 10 times better than this. We have, but yeah, so I do apologize for that. They did lose a bunch of my stuff. I said Delta lost my bag, so for like 2 weeks I was wearing like the clothes that I brought, which was like a 3-day pack out. But yeah, as you can see here, I'm picking 7th. We'll get straight to this. So I'm picking 7th in this mock draft. We're only going to do about 10 picks here just to show you what I would do. This is a PPR ESPN league layout. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. I miss doing this. We need some interaction with this, guys. We need more subscribers. Please subscribe. Let's talk about football. Let's have fun, man. This is what this whole thing's about. It doesn't matter if you bash on my draft picks and everything like that. It's still about the fun, and we're going to have a lot of it. Oh, so with 7th here and with what we have on the board, guys, to me, it's between Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. I'm going to go with Travis Kelce here just to have some fun with it and see where it spins off with. Travis Kelce always gets big numbers, especially in these later rounds. It's big. I don't know what the league's going to do with Tyreek either. He's I don't know. I think he might get suspended maybe 2 games. It's up in the air. I love Bijan Robinson. Dynasty League, you probably want to get him. Keeper Leagues, probably want to get him. Just right here, this isn't any of that. That's why I went with that. I think Bijan's going to do well in Atlanta. I think he's going to get 1,000 yards. Maybe if he stays healthy. They got a lot of stuff to figure out there. It's a make it or break it year for Desmond Ridder. If he doesn't do well this year, I think they're going to move on from him and get somebody else, which he has the weapons around him to do that. So we'll see what happens. I'm really curious to see what Team Sweetgart does and the following picks, especially after going with Bijan. So yeah, it'll be fun. Sorry, I got to get a drink. Fresh taste of Coca-Cola. No, I'm not sponsored by Coca-Cola yet. All right. So I went there. I don't really trust Devontae Adams or anything like that because I'm going to go A.J. Brown. I went with A.J. Brown. He sees a lot of volume. Yeah, and plus I don't think there's anybody in that division who can actually stop A.J. Brown. I really don't. I was leaning towards Jonathan Taylor. I like Jonathan Taylor. I just think I think a lot is going to get taken away from his touchdowns and things like that with Anthony Richardson's being there. I didn't go Devontae Adams either just because I don't trust Devontae Adams enough to draft him right there. Team Sweetgart went back there and drafted Nick Chubb, which is pretty good for him that he's got a quality 1,000-yard running back right there. So, yeah. But yeah, that's the reason why I didn't draft Jonathan Taylor or Devontae Adams. I'm not high on Dak Prescott. I think this year for Dak Prescott, if he does not at least win 2 playoff games, Dallas is probably going to be, they should, in my opinion, be shipping him down the road somewhere else, up to a team to like maybe San Francisco or something like that. But that's me. That's what I believe in. Let me know what you guys think about Dak Prescott. I do think it is a make or break year for him. He's been in with Dallas for a long time. I also think that Mike McCarthy has to win this year. Otherwise, he will be fired too. But again, we'll see what happens. I don't think that he's one of my coaches that's high on the hot seat. For me, it is Mike McCarthy. To me, it's Mike McCarthy is number 1. Number 2 is going to be my team's coach, which is Brandon Staley. How he kept his job after that embarrassing loss that we suffered to Jacksonville last year is just sorry about that. It's just embarrassing to me. The Team Keating went out and got Patrick Mahomes. I was gonna clamp him, but we'll see what happens. That's pretty smart. He blocked me pretty good right there. excuse me, Ramondre Stevens just got drafted. I think Ramondre is going to have a really good year too. I think he's going to have another 1,000-yard rushing year. They're depending a lot on God, I can't think of the word. All right, guys, right here. I'm gonna go with DK. I almost pulled the trigger and took Jalen right there. I think it's a little high for me. I also haven't picked a running back this go around. Somebody just took Aaron Jones too right before there. That was going to be my fallback. We'll see what happens. My next pick is probably my next 2 picks probably going to be running backs. We'll see how it falls to me. But yeah, let's say picking 7. It's my first time picking Travis Kelce. And that really dictates how your board's going to go. So you can kind of see how that is. Most leagues, if you don't draft that high pick running back, you're probably not going to make it in the playoffs. So it really depends on how you draft from hence on. Like, I know a lot of guys who like to but stack with same quarterback, same wide receiver, doing it that way. Also, here's a name that I think everybody should really be on the lookout for is Jahmyr Gibbs. He may be in the running for Rookie of the Year. A couple of wide receivers might give him a run for his money, but with that offensive line and that offense that they have with Amon-Ra St. Brown there, he can catch, he can run in between the tackles and the guards. Jahmyr Gibbs is a quality guy. Him getting drafted as high as he did, I just said that and literally Jahmyr just went off the board. I wouldn't have drafted Jahmyr as high as the Detroit Lions did. They probably could have traded back and got some quality draft picks for him. Guys, I'm going to go with a lot of me wants to go with Debo, but out of need, I'm going to draft Dameon Pierce. That makes me grit my teeth because I really like Debo Samuels. I really do. He could play a lot, especially if Christian McCaffrey does get hurt, which I think last year was the first year that he's actually played a full season without being hurt. So we'll see what that happens. And Debo takes a lot of points away from him too. Plus, I think what is it, a 2 or 3 player race for who's going to be their starting quarterback? Let's not count out Trey Lance. That guy hasn't even played professional ball, like actual football, in 2-3 years. COVID year. He's out last year. Yeah. I think he only played 16 games? 15 games whenever he was in college. So it's going to be definitely a big game changer for him coming in here. But, we've all been shocked before by guys like that. So we'll see what happens. He may come out of left field and just be the number 1 fantasy football fantasy football quarterback. I doubt that, but it could happen, especially in that offense. They have playmakers everywhere. San Francisco is pretty much stacked, and their defense is going to be ridiculous this year. They really need to sign Nick Bosa. That's got to be high on their list. Has to be. The guy's a beast. If you're starting up a team, that's who I would. He'd probably be my top 5 pick right there. Terry McLaurin comes up. Oh, no, he didn't. Sorry. Big Terry McLaurin fan. I like Keenan Allen too. Keenan Allen's having a little bit of trouble these past few years to staying healthy, but yeah. Getting almost underrated wide receiver though, or wide receiver in the league. So we'll see how it falls out to me. But let's go back to talking about football and just my coaches that are on the hot seat. I also believe that Ron Rivera is most definitely in the hot seat. If they start out losing 4 games right off the rip, or get on a three game losing streak at the beginning, he probably will be fired, and Eric Bieniemy is going to take over. Which, that's what they brought him in for. He's, why else would you leave that Patrick Mahomes is just gnarly. All right, guys, we're going to take Kenneth Walker right there. We have a need. Dameon Pierce and Kenneth Walker also had great years. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, back to talking about hot seat coaches. Eric Bieniemy probably will end up coaching for the Commanders. It's probably time for Ron Rivera to go anyways. So those are the 3 guys who I definitely know who are probably going to be on their way out the door, and they have a lot to prove. A lot, actually. It's going to be a big year for Lamar. He's got to do something. He's got really good weapons around him. They just need to stay healthy. That defense is needing some help too. I know that. We'll go ahead and get into, I guess, the big hot topic, I would say, is where do I think that Dalvin Cook and DeAndre Hopkins should go? If I'm Dalvin Cook, you probably want to go to a division where you want to start. You don't want to, I wouldn't even say start, you want to share snaps with. You don't want to have to be the guy to win everything, right? To me, if they can afford it, that's the Jacksonville Jaguars. You go down there, help out Tyler Etienne. They need that help anyways. So that's a prime position for him. And for DeAndre, I mean, it really just depends on what's going on with him and what does he really want to win. Does he want to win championships, or does he want to win a ring, or is he going after the money? If he's going after the money, he can go to any team that he really wants to go to. I mean, I'm just saying. But, oh man, to me, sorry, I'm on the clock real quick. I'm going to take DJ Moore. Yeah, if DeAndre really wants to win a ring, there's a plethora of teams that could really use him. The Bills could use him, but they don't have the cap to do that. I'm trying to think who else where he could go. The Bills is just really the one that kind of jumps off the top of my head, especially. They've got to be pretty. Even Kansas City. I mean, Kansas City doesn't have it. I know Kadarius Toney is their number one, but I really believe that if DeAndre wants to win championships, you go there. That's what you do. Go to Kansas City. Easy money. Almost championship in the bag. It really is. The question that I got asked is, who do I think is going to be the breakout rookie or whatever? Who I think. I'm going to be a little bit biased on this. I'm going to say that it's probably going to be Marvin Mims. Russell Wilson better be better. Sean Payton's an excellent coach. So, yeah. All right, sorry, guys. This is going to be our last pick. I'm going to go ahead and pick a quarterback. I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence. So our starting players that we have is Trevor Lawrence, Damian Pierce, Kenneth Walker, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, Travis Kelce, DJ Moore. We're weak at running back. That's fine for me anyways. I feel comfortable with what I have. Those guys are going to get me like 10 points regardless. But my wide receivers are going to save my bacon here. I care about volume. I do. Volume helps out so much, especially in the leagues that I play in. I don't care if the dudes who I draft against and play against are watching this. That's probably going to end up being my strategy, especially if I pick in that bottom half. By that, I mean if I'm picking like 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10 or anything like that. But yeah, I'm going to set it on auto pick. That way I can finish what we're talking about. That to me, that's what I go for. If I would have had a shot at one of those better running backs, probably would have taken it. But yeah, guys, again, we're going to keep doing this. This is just a quick welcome back from me to you and an apology about how long it's been. Again, I want to say thank you to my in-laws for letting my family stay here. Again, I have my 2 girls. We're going to try to get Donnie D back on here. We're going to try to get a bunch of other people back on here. That way we can have a bunch of more fun, little battles going back and forth, especially with mock drafts. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Again, thank you for watching. Talk to you later. Peace.